I'm East Coast Pete. Welcome to my show. This is the Dropkick Murphys. They are an American Celtic punk band from Quincy, Massachusetts. They first formed in 1996, and they released 5 albums on Hellcat Records. And they built a reputation locally, and Tessie was their first mainstream hit. I'm Shipping Up to Boston is one of their best known songs, as it appeared in the movie The Departed. They created a label called Born and Bred. Their The Meanest of Times made its debut at number 20 in the US. The State of Massachusetts was a successful single, as was Going Out of Style, an album from 2011. Their 10th album is due out in 2020, and it's beginning to look like things like this are going to happen. Hooray. Mike McColgan, Ken Casey, Rick Barton, and drummer Jeff Erna, later replaced by Matt Kelly, would become Dropkick Murphys, later named after an alcohol detox facility. I'm liking these guys already. They began practicing in the basement of a friend's barbershop, but soon began to tour and record, and their breakaway came in the form of a supporting role on a Mighty Mighty Boss Tones tour. It's a Boston ska punk. The first Dropkick album was titled Do or Die. It was in '98. Mike Milligan left to join the Boston Fire Department, a lifelong dream of his. But the band called Shenanigans said that Mike left because he wasn't invested in the band's cause, because that would be Oi, which is street punk. Mike would later return to enter the punk scene in 2002 with another band called the Street Dogs. Firehouse didn't work out, I guess. Not enough fires in Boston. I'll tell you, I've always liked Boston because I'm a fan of Robert R. Parker, the best detective writer of his generation, whose stomping grounds were Boston's Back Bay. Try reading every one of his books, every last one of them. Spencer novels and others. You won't want to just stop at one, I'm telling you. They're highly addictive. Al Barr, singer for rival band The Bruisers, replaced McColgan. Dropkick's second album, The Gang's All Here, went in 1989. And Rick Barton was the next to go. He was at odds with the others after 4 years of touring together. And he had the character to admit that that was the reason he left. The band added 4 new members at that point, including bagpipes, a mandolin, another guitar, and a whistler, as in the tin whistle. That's an iconic Irish instrument. It's not just a whistle like, it's not like that. It's like a little flute. Sing Loud, Sing Proud was the next LP. Is this punk though? It's very nationalistic. The Sex Pistols were all about God Save the Queen, but not like this. I'm sure the Dropkickers are not being facetious like Johnny Rotten. The point is that this is a whole new form of punk. Do these guys hate the British? I know plenty of Irish guys who still hate even the Beatles and anything Brit. A civil war can do that. Ireland is a beautiful place with a history from before Jesus. Irish Americans have much to be proud of. But the Beatles? John Lennon was on the side of the working man. What would it take to unite as equals? Probably more than what either side would want to sacrifice. Here's their other albums: Blackout in '03, The Warriors Code in '05, The Meanest of Times in '07, Going Out of Style in 2004, Signed and Sealed in Blood in '13, and 11 Short Stories of Pain and Glory. That was in 2017. I guess you're going to have to decide whether or not you think this is punk at all. I think it is in terms of the energy. It's pretty tight though for a punk band. Thanks for being with me. I'll be back with another band just as soon as I can figure out